school, and I think it was because she was hoping that I would learn it and love it, and sort of that it would become really important to me. And in a way, like, I was a child, but I was leading the Passover Seders here. You know, not here, but in our old place. I was the one leading the Passover Seders because I had a Jewish education.
And also for our kids, they have to know, they have to remember that they're Jew. But here it's, we are free.
My grandfather basically told my parents that he wanted his grandchild to go to a Jewish school. He wanted me to have a Jewish education, to know about Judaism, so that I could see those things that kind of root us back to our tradition.
This may have the effect of refilling the pews, as it were, which otherwise were beginning to be emptied out by declining rates of synagogue affiliation in this country. So my sense is that the powers of integration into the American mainstream are such that even this religious idiom that was largely lacking in Russian Jews in Soviet times will become part of their sense of collective self.
Rebuilding a meaningful relationship with Judaism, though different for each individual, has become ingrained in the story of these immigrants.
A good society, America, is the one where you have a better chance and a more reliable tools with which to predict the outcomes of what you choose to do.
It's about access to opportunity. It's about this notion of the sky is the limit. Your imagination, whatever you think of, you want to do this, you can do this. You want to do that, you can do that. And nothing about who you are should hold you back.
I believe the system here is not perfect. Nothing is perfect in the world, but this is the best in the world.
Yeah, it's an amazing place, America. It's a fantastic country. I cannot imagine myself living in any other place more than 2 weeks, maybe 3, but definitely no more than 4.
The more I live in the United States, the more I feel connected to the Russian language and Russian culture. I would say that my home is here, but my heart is there.
I don't have any desire to go back and see there. This is the country I'm living, this is my country, and I'm proud to be American here.
They belong both to American civilization and to the civilization back home. And if I've learned anything from my own experience, it's that both identities should be embraced. One should not be sacrificed for the sake of the other.
Whatever it is, it's a country of opportunities, and what can be better? I think it's the greatest place. I honestly think so.
It is the place of one's most creative and fertile imagination.
On the other hand, it's very easy to conclude that the Soviet Union was such a terrible place that there was nothing good. That's not true. There were certain good things there as well.
It has nothing to do with the regime of the Soviet Union, but it has everything to do with the tradition of Russian culture, which somehow survived with all the offenses of the Soviet government and all the arrests and everything. There was still this very good tradition of education and respect for the culture in Russia.
We are not ethnically or culturally defined. We redefine ourselves every generation here in the United States, and it's what makes us so special.
The Russians have added tremendous demographic diversity and heft to this community. They've also added tremendous cultural vitality.
And I think that's what's so wonderful about America. We take what we brought with us and we add it to the American story, and I find that's so incredible.
And we are a stronger country because we have immigrants who have come here, who are daring and courageous and willing to take risks.
And also we're trying with my art and Benjamin's music to bring some kind of cultural Jewish background which we had in Russia to the community.
I think LA in that respect is distinctive in that it's really been made over in a very positive way by the arrival of the Russian Jews.
To uproot yourself and come to another country and start all over again is an incredibly daring thing to do. And if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Immigration is not easy, you know that. It's hard. And you need to kind of put everything together and into perspective and achieve your highest potential. And this country gives us this opportunity to achieve what we can. And it's priceless. We can't wish for anything else.
To leave the place that you spent your entire life, where you've built your life, where you've built your community, it must have taken a lot for them to finally decide that they're going to abandon all of that and start anew.
I don't think too many of us honestly believed that we would ever see in our lifetime happen what happened. The collapse of the Berlin Wall, essentially opening the gates for Soviet Jews to emigrate as happened in the 1989, 90, 91 period.
And I'm so proud and thankful for being here, for real, every day. Plus we live in this gorgeous place. It's like every day I am very thankful to the United States to giving it to me. So I would love to give everything, whatever I have.
This notion of this great experiment around democracy is wonderful, and it gives us an opportunity to explore. That's why so many people want to come here, for the opportunities, for the freedom, and that's not something to take for granted.
This experience of living in Russia and living in the United States gives me a much more sober and wide way of thinking about things.
Right now, all my dreams left all the boxes and they're living with me here. I don't have any more dreams.
You know, and this is the best country in the world. Because some Americans, they don't know we can compare our life, previous life. That's why maybe we appreciate for everything.
We are the inheritors. We are the people who have to keep it alive. And if we don't, who will?
Are we here to add to freedom, or are we here just to use it? If we understand what came out of the influx of Russian Jews into the United States in the beginning of the 20th century, and the tremendous social changes, labor relations changes in culture, the whole enormous social cataclysm that it led to, what do we expect from ourselves? What will be the meaning of our presence here?